G'day legends, TJC Sports here. Welcome to our second stream of the night here. It is the Cronulla Sharks versus the Dolphins in a not said really much at all by others before, but I'm going to say it. Finn Derby here. The Cronulla Sharks and the Dolphins both coming off losses, though you could argue with the Sharkies it's a lot easier to defend how they lost their game than well, actually, no, the Dolphins are coming off a win, but they should have been lost. They should have lost, actually. That's what I was saying. The Dolphins should have lost last week against the Titans. They just got super duper lucky. I'm a little worried for their defense heading into today, legends. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out here. The game's due to kick off in about 6 minutes here. Feel free to drop a comment. We read every single one on here on the channel. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Deep breaths, TJC. You're in for a massive game here. In my opinion, this should be a rivalry, even though it isn't. I mean, they're both essentially from the Fish family. For the Cronulla Sharkies at Ocean Protect Stadium, or Shark Park, as we all love to call it, William Kennedy lines up at fullback. By the way, I'm trying to ignore the whistling out in my ears, legends on Kayo. It is dreadful. Sione Katoa and Samuel Stonestreet, the wingers. Kayo Lero and Jesse Ramian are the centers. Braden Trindle and Nicholas Hines are the halves, with Adam Fanua-Blake and Thomas Hazelton in the props. Captaining the side is Blake Brayley at hooker, with the second rowers Bryson Nakora and Billy Burns. Jesse Colligan is lock. As for the bench, it is Sia Sipatalakai, who's Bears bound, Toby Rudolph, Oregon Fufusi. I love Oregon. 2022 grand finalist, baby. Mannion Hiroti and Teague Wilton, legends on the bench there. As for the Dolphins, the visiting side, Hamiso Tabue Fido lines up at fullback with Jermaine Osako and Selwyn Cobbo on the wings there. Herbie Farnworth and Jake Avarillo in the centers. Cody Nikarima and Isaiah Katoa are the halves. Tom Gilbert and Felice Kafusi are your props, with Max Plaff, or Psycho Plaff, as some of you in the chat have loved to call him in the past, at hooker. The second rowers are Lemuele and Finafuaki, with Morgan Knowles at lock. Morgan Knowles, he's not much of a try scorer, but he's just a solid, reliable player. Bradley Schneider, Oren Keeley, Ray Stone, Trey Pula, Sebastian Sewer, and Brian Panu are the rest of the bench there for you, legends. And it's a battle of nobody versus Christian Wolf in the coaching box, according to the NRL app. But we all know it's Fitzgibbon coaching the Sharks. And Gerard Sutton is your referee today, legends. Should be a good one here in this one today between the two sides. The Cronulla Sharkies, heavy favourites heading into this one. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think Sharks win this 13 plus personally. It's not often that I try to write off a team. And look, anybody can win this game here today. But if you look at the way the Dolphins have been defending the last 2 weeks, they're really going to have to find something in this game, this midpoint game of Super Saturday, to get the job done here between the Cronulla Sharks and the Dolphins here. Shark Park is obviously also a huge benefit to the Cronulla Sharkies. It's going to be difficult for the Dolphins heading into this one to be able to stop them in that position, legends. I wouldn't want to be the Dolphins in this situation personally. In terms of anytime try scorers for this game, I'm going to go with an anytime try scorer of Sione Katoa for the Cronulla Sharks, as well as, let's just say, a bit of a crazy one here. Morgan Knowles is going to score his first Dolphins try. That's right, legends. At Shark Park, Morgan Knowles will get his first Dolphins try. We have a first try scorer of Samuel Stonestreet. That's a bit of a bold prediction, isn't it? I'm going for both the wingers to score in this one for Sharks, and Morgan Knowles, who's just not known for scoring tries, to score for the Dolphins. Yeah, TJC, the bold predictor, legends. We don't come into these games without a bit of confidence, and that's just what I'm going to do with this one here today. Obviously, they are a man down. They're missing CO out today, obviously, with an injury and unable to play for a week. Oops, I meant Thomas Flegler. You guys know, if you know, you know from last stream. Thomas Flegler, of course, out of this game. He will be gutted about that, but there's not much you can do to change it. That's how it is. That's the game of rugby league, isn't it? Unfortunately, sadly, sometimes it doesn't work out for you. It's okay, though, because he'll be back very, very soon nonetheless. Make sure to share around. Get the hype ready, guys, because we're in for a big, big mid-game here on our Super Saturday. It's the first time in probably half a year that we've done 3 straight games, legends. We just weren't capable of it last year, especially not during multicultural round. which makes it just that little bit extra special here. So far on the poll, by the way, Legends, only 7 votes at the moment. We have Cronulla Sharks at 71% to win, and I think this might be the first time ever, Legends, that I've jumped into a stream and nobody's voted for one of the teams. I don't think I've ever been in a game where one of you guys hasn't voted for the away team. Dolphins at 0%. None of you think Cronulla Sharks will lose. That, considering the teams that I have streamed in the past, that is actually unbelievable that none of the Fins fans have decided to back their team today. It's all Cronulla, isn't it? All of you guys are Sharkies fans in the chat today. That's okay. That's okay. TJC will be fine with that. We're all neutral here for this game, Legends. The battle of the Fins, Legends. They've both got fins, guys. This is the big rivalry here. Flap, flap, flap. I know that the Sharks are a bit sharper with their fins, but also they have to move to even be able to live, right? Big thing for Sharks, losing their assistant coach, Josh Hannay, off to the Titans. He'll be coaching tomorrow. Won't be able to stream his game, though, because I'll be at Paradargans, unfortunately. But keen to see how that goes between Cowboys and Titans. Hopefully both teams don't put on a stinker to the level they have in the previous games, Legends. Hopefully they put up a big one for you. In fact, speaking of big games, I believe this game puts up a big one for us. Nicholas Hyde, Will Kennedy. Sharkies, surprisingly, despite a team that's considered boring, have quite a few players in their lineup that are quite diverse between them, Legends, especially the Dolphins as well. 2 of the most diverse teams. And here we go. Dolphins kick us underway here. And through the middle, Cronulla Sharks will collect the ball for the opener. Will Kennedy gets over to Thomas Hazelton here. Thomas Hazelton, that's a good ball into him here. I remember the talks last year about Hazelton for potential Blues talks. Also, Blake Brayley was linked to it as well. Unfortunately for Nicho Hynes, I don't see a world where he ends up in the Blues jersey anytime soon with the halfbacks they have on option, but he has represented them before here. We're not talking about Origin at the moment, though. We're talking about Sharks and Dolphins here as Colquhoun goes over to the left, and he's held out here. Blake Brayley with the best service over to Adam Fanua-Blake here. Speaking of eligibility, though, AFB, how big is it that he's eligible for the Blues? Imagine a rotation of Terrell May, Hakeem Haas, and Adam Fanua-Blake. That would be absolutely insane, but they're not going to pick Terrell, so it wouldn't matter anyways, right? And a clearance in the air from Trindle, early days here, over to the 20 on 5th tackle here, and the Hammer manages to collect the ball here, just speeding through. Girons in the chat says, up the Dollies, you good thing. Hey, it's good to see you, mate. You're the one that taught me the Dollies nickname that I'd never heard before. Finally, the Dollies have a voter, and I reckon it's you, brother. Good to see. Back to the round here. Something special and unique in our game is our boy Lemuele here through the middle. Felice Kafusi. Not many people compare to him in experience in the rugby league game. And here's Morgan Knowles, my anytime try scorer for the Dolphins, getting nearly to the halfway line, but not quite here. Just 2 left in the set here. And this game's kind of like a balancing board at the moment in the first 2 minutes. Really even, really flat here. Plath now over to Isaiah Katoa. And Katoa will take the long kick here over to the 10-meter line now with Stone Street now. Stone Street with speed here. And Samuel Stone Street here looking to show off some sideline duties here. Couldn't break through the left edge, though. Now over to KL Ero through the middle here. Ero just looking to show off his talents. Of course, not the first hero to play in our game, isn't he? And with speed here, it's a quick tackle there from the Dolphins. Number 11, Corneli Lemuele. Up to AFB here now, and Adam Fanua-Blake pushing forward. Gets past the red zone now. Instead of landing his face on the red line, he'll get closer to the white line. Blake Brayley, Nicho Hynes, over to Nikora. Nikora, they're looking for the offload now with Jesse Ramian. There's been a lot of talks about Jesse Ramian's future at the Cronulla Sharks. Will he stay or go? Should he stay or go? Cronulla fans and the club will be it'll be up to them to make that decision. Tabuai Fido onto the ball now, gets it over to Asako here. Jermaine Asako crosses to the right now, and Asako with speed here. Just kicking it out over to the right now. Hazelton quickly teams up with Fanua-Blake for a big prop combination in the tackle there. Back round to Plath now. Max Plath, come on Plath, get the job done here. just fending around here, flopping like a fish, ironically, in this little derby between them here. Shout out to the grounds at Cronulla too. While it's not my favourite stadium to go to, it definitely is a stadium that screams culture and probably would have been a blast when the game was smaller. Hammer then, almost through on the 40. Couldn't quite make it here. Now Cody Nikorima kicks it in the air. Nikorima definitely not at his peak, but a solid player. Through for Katoa here. Will Kennedy gets it. And in front of Katoa, Will Kennedy, just with speed here, moves to the left, gets it off to Iro. Off of the hard work there of the Cronulla Sharkies. They put in a lot of effort last week in their loss to the Penrith Panthers, didn't they? And despite the big loss they lost to Panthers with, if you've been watching the games, they are deserving favourites in this one against the Dolphins, who, despite being able to attack, if you ignore round 2, do struggle in the defence. They get over to the halfway line, almost like the new Titans. Nicholas Hines, just looking to dip in here. He's the big dipper here, or the big sharker, I guess. Gets it over to Adam Fanua-Blake now. And AFB, a freaking bloke, takes the tackle on the 40 here. 41 metres gain now. Will Kennedy, they've got some of the fast left edge here. And it's nearly a collection. They put so much pressure there on Jermaine Asako on the right edge now. And now it's the Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow with the ball, looking to use his little trick work there. For those at home that want to know whether attacking Dolphins or attacking from the right of your screen towards the left, and the Sharks vice versa. We are 5 minutes into the game at the moment here as Blake Brayley speeds with Colquhoun towards Avarillo for a brilliant tackle. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow then, and with the short pass, Nico Hines helps out the defence there as they wrap that up pretty easily there before the 30 now. And Dolphins take off here. Dolphins Player of the Year from 2024, Plath. We go to the right here. Isaiah Katoa, so much potential in him, eh? And from strength to strength, he's all to it here. Samuel Stone Street into the line! Stone Street couldn't break through there in our Saturday afternoon footy here. And he finds Sione Katoa. And there he goes off. Set restart. 6 again inside the 10 metres for him. Blake Brayley, it's a good tackle here. Over to Ramian now. Ramian steps with it here and just pushes forward now. Ramian to the ground now. Brayley, Iro. And Iro there past the 40 now. He goes down. Blake Brayley here. He's got a lot to decide to create something on the third tackle now. Nicholas Hines dummies through the middle now. One thing Nico's been criticised him throughout his career is being unable to perform in the big games. Brayley to Trindle. It's a very long pass to Iro, but Jermaine Asako was ready for it. And he works with Avarillo to stop him there in the line there too easily. Legends for him too. And Will Kennedy now, 41 metres gained. Thunders this one in the air here for himself. And did it touch a Dolphin? And no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it touched the Dolphin because they've given a penalty to the Dolphins, Legends. Touched someone along the way there. The Cronulla Sharks are going to give it to the Dolphins here. A great piece of acceleration and speed there from the Cronulla Sharkies, but the Dolphins will get the edge in it here. Yeah, Will Kennedy probably in front of the kick chaser, actually, even so. So definitely penalty. And it looks like the Dolphins on the 25 metres from their own side are going to get it here. We're not even 10 minutes in yet, Legends. Only roughly 8 at the moment here. And we go to Lemuele. On the right edge now. The Dolphins look for the service. It's Max Plaff over to Tom Gilbert here. Gilbert's with it. Gilbert, probably the player that makes up for the lack of Thomas Flegler. They're very similar kind of builds, aren't they? Both Queensland representatives. And it's a set restart now on the halfway line. 10 metres. On the second, Plaff to Nikorima. Short to short, over to Farnworth here. Herbie Farnworth, did anybody see his favourite meal? That was absolutely disgusting as an Aussie to hear, bro. Or eel. He likes eating eel, Legends. Like, what the heck, bro? Isaiah Katoa to Hammer. They're making Cronulla Sharks stand back here. Jake Avarillo, a real X-back to centre. A lot of their backline are essentially X-back to players here. Isaiah Katoa, 5th tackle, 50 metres gains here. They hit it over to the left. Farnworth with it. Farnworth tries to be involved, but He slips over, and Sione Katoa's going to look to counter here off of Farnworth's fall now. Katoa fends one off, fends two off. Katoa fends off Katoa, actually, over to the 10-meter line now, and Sione Katoa tipped around on the 20. And just running short here now, Billy Burns, legends. Make sure you hit that like button, share around, subscribe if you're new. Let's go. Background, Trindle. With 2 steps there, just slips and dashes there onto the white line here. Brayley, no look service here over to Coloquin here. And Coloquin reminds me of Harley Quinn. Held on 45. Back around to Kennedy here. He's not even the most famous Kennedy there. 45 out now. 5th tackle. Very much the moving moves here. Trindle kicks. And on the 10, nothing comes of it. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow manages to get the ball, legends. And he'll just crash into the line there but so calmly. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. What a fun player he is to say the name of. And it's 10 minutes into the game now, legends. Isaiah Katoa was playing at this one. Over to Selwyn Cobbo. And oh no! Selwyn Cobbo loses the ball. And what are they doing? What on earth am I witnessing here, legends? That was a terrible error. I've seen better passing at the zoo. And it's 6 again as well. Where's the GOAT Tanner Boyd when you need him? Over to Blake Brayley to play for it here to Nicholas Hines. Hines finds the offload to Jesse Ramian here. Ramian looks for the pass. And Max Plaff down with it here. Plaff with speed now. Takes off. He's about to take off. He'll be chilling till he has all of his days off. Sipping in California with it paid off. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Watch out, he's coming, yeah. Oh, wow, wow. On the replay box here, onto the 40 now. Jermaine Asako with the little steps. Hey, it's our favorite mod, Mel, in the chat, legends. 1 second, Mel. Dolphins over to the 40 here. Says, evening, had to take a photo of the ladder. That's all good, legend. I mean, Tanner Boyd, how legendary he is. The Warriors with a terrific game last one. Thought I was seeing things tough at the top, legend. Have you ever heard this? It's lonely at the top. It's tough at the top, legends. The Warriors are just feeling that right now because they were lucky enough to sign, apparently, the prime Andrew Johns, legends, of Tanner Boyd. I still can't believe that game. That was incredible from the New Zealand Warriors. I'm still getting over it here. 6 from 7 to start their completion rate here, the Cronulla Sharks. Jesse Ramian over to the right here. Battle of the set for sets at the moment here. And Blake Brayley, play 5 for them. Jesse Ramian goes to Nicho Hines here. 47 meters gained here on the 5th tackle. And Jermaine Asako just dips into it quickly. A little conservative there for him. And Jermaine Asako, boom. Shane J. Hay in the chat says, go the Sharks. Go the Sharkies, bruh. Well, at the moment, it's 0-0, man. The Dolphins unable to up with it just yet, legends. Just yet. Just yet. Maybe in the near future they will be able to. But not just yet, guys. Who's he doing the job getting outfield here? Players crossing side by side here. And it goes Nicarima over to Farnworth here. Herbie Farnworth looking for the pass. And Nicarima finds it again here, legends. Hey, somebody just sent me something. Would you look at that, legends? Para put up a post. And who's that they've got? Who's that they've got in the background there? That dude looks familiar. I've never seen him before. Have you, legends, seen this guy that Para's got on their post before? Must be some random bloke. Maybe I've seen him at a game or something. And Cronulla Sharks, oh, Kafusi, Kafusi's arguing with the ref. He's saying he didn't do it. He's saying he didn't do it. He's demanding to the ref. He's saying there was no shoulder there, brother. He's going, can we challenge, please? He's demanding. He's saying nothing came of that. No, there's nothing wrong with that tackle. Kafusi's right. There's nothing wrong with that tackle. There's nothing wrong with that. And they're calling high contact penalty. That's why Kafusi was saying challenge, but he'd already done the whistle, legends. Well, don't remember being first. I don't fully remember the last time Para were first place either, legend Mel. Up the fence for me, but I don't mind the Sharkies either. I don't mind the Sharkies either myself, legend. It's pretty... For me personally, it's kind of like I don't mind. Like I would never support. Like I would never be a number one supporter, but like I can appreciate both teams. I don't hold any hate for them. That's if that's like what you'd wonder, right? Flat-footed Colhoun here, down the middle now. Just pushing through here. Penrith were a mighty task last week. I don't blame the Cronulla Sharks for struggling against them. They've now got great pressure on the Dolphins. It's going to be really controversial if they score off this set after such a terrible call. Nico Hines over to the right here. Jesse Ramian now. And they've got the kick for Stone Street's corner. No, they're going short to Hazelton. They went short to Hazelton. What were they doing? It was Biff Tackle, you muppets. It was Biff Tackle. And the Dolphins get the ball. Cronulla Sharks with the mistake here now, legends. I tipped the Sharkies in this one personally, but hey, good on the Finns if they win this one. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all, actually, if the Finns got the job done in this. I'd actually have a lot of respect for them if they did it. Playing the ball big time here. It's only a 2% difference between these two in completion rate at the moment. Cronulla Sharks 90%, 88% to the Dolphins. That's right, legends. Can you believe that? They've both completed nearly all their plays, but that 2% there for the Sharks at the moment here. And yet, there's no try to be shown of it. We might get halfway through the first half and no tries, legends. They've just been going back between each other. It's been a circus. Anybody here like the circus meme? Yeah, right? It's like, I forget how that circus goes, but it's just like, I imagine a bunch of clowns getting out of a car. And on second tackle now, Shane J says, so cool to see you on Paris Post. Thank you very much, legend. I'm surprised you noticed that, probably because I brought it up before, but appreciate that, legend. It was, it's kind of cool, but I don't really care. I don't ask to be on things for Para. I just, if it happens randomly, it happens, and I'm glad for that. But overall, I'm just focused on being a loyal supporter for my club, Good things come to those who wait, and it's pretty cool, but like ultimately it's not something where I'm particularly demanding it. So yeah, cool though. It is cool to be on Paris Post. Yes, Shane, always is. It's kind of ironic that I said I don't need to be part of something that advertises the much and then end up on something anyways. Para must just love me. Dolphins now, down the left edge here. Going past it on the second now. Rugby Fella says, hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Rugby Fella, to the stream. Good to have you here, my brother. What's up, bro? Says Sam Chidiak. Oh my God, it's another brother. You're all coming in at once. Mel, Shane J, Sam, Rugby Fella, brah. Welcome back, legends. And over to the 40, the Cronulla Sharkies, Hazelton with it. Tackle 0 now for Cronulla Sharks, and it's been so flat from them at the moment here. Like for a Finn derby, where I've been trying to hype this up as the big rivalry for these two teams when it comes to New South Wales and Queensland. They're not exactly doing me any favours with their performances between each other, are they, legends? Adam Badua-Blake, and oh my God, he knocks it on. I just said it, didn't I? They're not doing me any favours whatsoever. It's ridiculous. The teams here, bro, they just need a boost or something. What the heck, man? What on earth are they doing? What on earth are they doing, legends? The humid conditions in Cronulla getting to them. And the smaller forward pack getting to them at the moment here. Remember, legends, aiming to get to hopefully 5.48 by the end of the stream today. We are currently a whopping 8 subs away from that. So feel free to drop a sub if you haven't yet. Sel and Cobbo next week also. Yeah, Sel and Cobbo Cup next week. We've got a lot to look forward to over the coming weeks, Rugby Fella. I'm over the moon about it. on the second tackle here. Felice Kafusi now through the middle. I remember I said that Rabbits and Tigers game will go to Golden Point. I remember that. I do remember you saying that, Legend. We're not on Rabbits Tigers yet, but I do remember that 100%. And Dolphins get 6 again for a ruck infringement. Dom Gilbert gets it. Isaiah Katoa now looks to set it up here. Gets over to 20 meters now. Well, I'll tell you right now, this game could go to Golden Point 0-0. At the rate this game's going, easily it could go to Golden Point 0-0, eh? Don't forget to drop a vote on the poll for who you think's winning. Nikorima to Farnworth here. Herbie Farnworth trying to push 2 off. Couldn't even push 1 off here, and I reckon it's the mashed peas in his eel. Now to Nikorima here. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Fun fact about Herbie Farnworth, I like that bloke because he can take a bit of banter, that guy. I'd like to tell a fun little story with Herbie Farnworth here as Morgan Knowles messes the ball up for the Dolphins here. Herbie Farnworth, last year, it's Dolphins Para, CommBank Stadium. I finally got my game I demanded of Dolphins at CommBank, right? Okay. Wait, hang on a second. I'll continue the story in a moment here. Jake Averillo crashes on through for the Dolphins, and we may have our opening try, but the ref is saying no try. Wait, no, the ref is saying try. The ref is saying try, but the bunker will have to look at this and change it. But as the story goes, Legends, Dolphins Para, it's a very tight game, but Dolphins just about get the winner after Herbie Farnworth did the most obvious milk of all your days to get a penalty. All right. And understandably, he gets a lot of boos after the game. A lot of boos. And the Dolphins, coincidentally, seemingly, at least some of them, were staying in the hotel right near the stadium. So I'm walking past, right, with a bunch of the iconics, Josh, Layla, Andrew. You've seen them on the blogs before. You don't need to remember Josh because he's just a South fan. Yuck. But guess what? Right as I shout while talking to them all, we're all talking about Herbie Farnworth and his milk, and I go, that Herbie bloody Farnworth. Imagine if he could actually play rugby league instead of just milking. And guess who is on their phone right next to me, coincidentally, outside the hotel? Herbie Farnworth. When I tell you that dude could have reacted any way he wanted to that, I mean he could have. But he just bursts out laughing and then just gives a high five and a thumbs up. I was like, good on ya. Like, mate, if he can deal with that, he can deal with anything, that legend. But they've confirmed the try here in the other centre. Jake Averillo has gotten himself the points here. And it's 4-0 with the kick to come for Jermaine Asako now. The Mistako. Can he get it happening here? Yet to score many tries this year compared to what we know Jermaine Asako is capable of. That first year was unbelievable from Asako. He was almost guaranteed to score every week here. And Asako, 9 meters in from touch, and he hits the post. He hits the post there. So it will be no goal. 4-0 it remains to the Dolphins here. No converted try lead for them at the moment. Herb loves it. Indeed he does, Jenny Kid. Indeed he does. I just love that. I didn't know he was there, but he didn't take it the wrong way, Jenny. He didn't take it the wrong way at all. He thought it was hilarious, and I love that. Cobb was only signed to over Bossy. To Bossy, I'd rather have Tavita playing instead of Cobbo. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Gotta love that. You do, don't you? Don't you? It's a funny little story I don't mention often, but I thought it was hilarious on the night when it happened. How's your day, brother? My day's pretty good at the moment, mate. My day's pretty legendary, though I'll tell you right now, I wanted more than a 4-0 result from this game. I didn't want only 4-0. This is pretty, what's the word? Meh at the moment here, the Cronulla Sharks and the Dolphins. I think both teams have been very flat at the moment. Shout out to Jake Averillo for the try, though. I love Jake as a setter. How's your day? Gotta love it. Cody Nikorima, background here. Remember, we still got one more stream after this one, Legends here. Can you believe this first half is over halfway done? I don't know whether my brain is just trying to block out how much time I've spent watching this game, but also, I expect. I felt like we'd get more points from it. Dolphins, though, slightly better at the moment. Cronulla Sharks get it now. William Kennedy. I'm pretty sure Sharks have had more possession as well. Can their forwards get on back on side for the Sharkies, actually? Because they're all in front right now. Sione Katoa, and they're being quite lazy there in the chase, it looks like. In fact, I couldn't be doing better, Chidiac. You know what's happened? We've gained 6 subs today already, after already gaining nearly 30 yesterday. We've put myself on the Parramatta Eels Instagram post with the official club for the March, which I wasn't even wanting to be on a thing for, but I coincidentally ended up being. I've shared a funny Farnworth story. I finally gotten a try in this game. Like, what Tanner Boyd I got to watch last game. What more could we get? What more could we enjoy right now, guys? Kicks in the air, and the Dolphins couldn't collect it here, legends. Lost ball. Isaiah Katoa's show and go is so crazy, mate. The show and go from Isaiah Katoa, bro, would make your eyes melt from how gorgeous it is. You couldn't handle it. Sam Chidiac says, best game ever against the Dogs and Raiders. It was a bit boring, not going to lie. Yeah, the Dogs and the Raiders was a bit boring. I still prefer this one, but I still prefer the Dogs and the Raiders, but that game was very, very, very flat, wasn't it? But I think that you can blame the wet weather for that as well. Like, it's not like this. It was very wet weather footy. Big W was a first. Let's add that. You're right. How could I not be happy when the Warriors are in first place? Rugby League is in a good place at the moment, isn't it, legends? It's in a brilliant place, actually. I don't think Rugby League could be in a better place when you're doing so many things to make TJC Sports the happiest streamer alive. On the 10-meter now here. They move around, legends. Please, brother, please put the moment when Power said Parramatta. Please, man, I'm a big fan. Sam Chidiac says, legend, I don't really do, like, edits with the clips of the games and stuff nowadays anymore and things. But if you want a clip like that, consider messaging the account of TJC Sports Clips or letting me know the stream you said that, and I'll message him and get him to do that for you. It's not my channel, but I'm free to do that for you if you want to do that, and then we'll sort that out if you really want it. Legend, of course. Sure thing, mate. Sure thing. We'll sort that out, all right? Give TJC some time after these streams, though. He's probably going to need to mentally rest before a big game tomorrow. But, yeah, I'll shoot him a message if you let me know the game. Please put the moment. It was painful, Raiders/Bulldogs. It was, wasn't it, G-Runs, bruh? It was really, really painful, mate. Man, it was kind of like just a really average game, especially if you don't like the Dogs. Especially if you don't like the Dogs like me. 15 minutes left in the first half here, legends. Herbie Farnworth stepping around now. And Herbie Farnworth finds the pass now to Gilbert. Tom Gilbert just crashing forward now and down to the ground. Gilbert goes here. And we are the best NRL channel on here, that too. Oh, of course, that's another thing we got to keep in mind, right? The best channel on here. Absolutely, legend. Absolutely, and it's Dolphins! Isaiah Katoa puts it down. The pressure on him. He was just looking to take off and run there, and oh my God, let's go! Up in his next job there. Just a fraction of speed. Let's go hammer time, says Girons here. Unfortunately, it won't be hammer time, bruh. Sharkies with the ball, but it could be hammer time in the next 14 minutes if Dolphins get it back, which they likely will. Rugby Fellas says, what a game so far. So far, this game has literally just been back and forth between the two teams, hasn't it? There hasn't really been a significantly better side. Hazelton is off, by the way. Toby Rudolph is onto the field. I remember all those stories about... What wasn't there like a thing with Rudolph? People were laughing at him because he couldn't read a book or something that was given to him. I forget. Brayley to Will Kennedy to Nakora now. Bright to Nakora now. People asked if he should go straight into the Origin camp after being eligible. I don't think it's like AFB where he will go straight in, but he's definitely in the fight for it. Samuel Stone Street down the left edge. Stone Street for the Sharks. He's in my super coach. I've got super coach points. Samuel Stonestreet, hook, line, and sinker. He throws the stones at the street and gets the cred on this as well. And it's 4-all with a kick to come for the Cronulla Sharkies. And I wasn't sure if we were going to get more than the Amarillo try in this first half here. But Stonestreet says otherwise and scores a whopper. Double whopper, shaka whopper. I've never ever seen a whopper with a shark in it. But feel free to let me know if you have, legends. Because that's just what Stonestreet's done. He's put on a whopper with shark meat in it. And shark blood, you could say. He bleeds Cronulla. And it's 4-all with the kick to come now for them. Everything about Stonestreet screams the Shire, legends. Fun fact, for those of you who don't know, Samuel Stonestreet's favourite player, Luke Cavell, apparently, for the Cronulla Sharkies. Isn't that a fun fact for you? It wasn't Gallon like the generic answer is. And on the edge now, Nicho Hynes. And for those of you who are a bit young to remember the man that retired in 2010, Luke Cavell, legends. He was a winger, by the way. Played for the Tigers and the Sharks. Spent, looks like 6 years for Cronulla, over 100 games for him. And they missed the kick. They missed the kick, legends. It's going to remain 4-all. It's somehow going to remain 4-all in this game, despite all of the odds. Are you kidding me? The confidence in his ability, and we've hit the post. One thought it went over, one kid didn't. Unfortunate. Bit of fun there for the Cronulla Sharkies, and they're going to have to deal with the fact that they're just all square. Sam Chidiak in the chat says, no, I'm reading your comment now, legend. I'm reading your comment now. I was a bit focused on the game and stuff, but Carraz is so stupid that if you touch the ref, you get suspended. And guess what? He touched the ref. Help me, Lord. Oh, my God, man. Man, when it's Carraz, they don't care because he's got pizzazz, unfortunately. It sucks, though. Imagine if it's 4-5 any time at full time. Bro, it wouldn't even shock me anymore. It wouldn't even shock me anymore if that were the case, legend. I'd expect it at this point with how it's going. And with Brad, they scoop it up. And that is absolutely leveling there. Nicholas Hynes, the former Blues representative. Kennedy. Lots of people discussing William Kennedy's abilities at fullback. One thing I do know about him is that he's reliable. Where do you think he's that level that so many top fullbacks are on, though, nowadays and need to be, is up to you. Oh, Amarillo trying to do a bit of Katoni Stags versus Dragons-esque play. Close enough, right? Sharkies and Dragons with their big rivalry here. Over through the middle. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow here. And Tabuai-Fidow locked up by Stonestreet here. We go to the left here. Morgan Knowles to Nikorima to Farnworth here. Herbie Farnworth takes on one, takes on two. William Kennedy keeps going through the middle. Back to Hammer now. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow now with it here. Isaiah Katoa looks for the pass. Dummies on the 20 now. He lands. And it's the Hammer. Back in field here. Looks for the pass again. Side through. And couldn't quite slot into the line there. Nikorima, fifth tackle to Farnworth here. Herbie Farnworth with the long pass. Gets it to Katoa again here. Oh, look at that. And it's a try for Jermaine Asako. Absolutely exceptional pass. And when they say pass the ball, he took it literally and took it as far as he could while keeping it in the field there. And Jermaine Asako going back to a bit of his 2023 time error form, right? With that one. Absolutely brilliant. Farnworth put them in the position for it, as well as Hammer there. You got to give some credit to Stone, too, for the pass over to Katoa, the play before here. And once they passed back, Fardware fending off through the middle off of the pass from Nicarima. Katoa puts in an absolute beauty of a bullet to the right edge. And Stone Street's not even doing a bad job in the defense. He just simply was never going to be able to stop that no matter how he positioned himself. And Jermaine Asako will bag another try in his Dolphins career here. Katoa with a floater here, says Rugby Fella. An absolute floater. Sam Chidiak says, and during the game, it was 2 high tackles, Dogs player. It was 1 Raiders player and then Pappy. I know, they missed a lot. They missed a hit drop too in that game, bro. They missed a lot against the Raiders. One thing Adrian, something I didn't notice about you that's quite interesting is how I see you cheering on the Dolphins in these games, but you got a Raiders profile picture. I find that so funny. Like, I'm not judging, but that's like, it's an interesting contrast. Let's go. Just need the hammer for the multi. Just need the hammer, baby. We just need the hammer to fly on over Forum Legends. Can the hammer score? And from the right, looking to hit the post here. Asako makes its way, looks brilliant, and he's got it. Finally, we have a conversion. Hallelujah. Conversions are possible in rugby league, and the dream of 5-4 is dead in the water, guys. It is officially 10-4 now. And the Cronulla Sharkies, probably best case scenario, will want to equalize before halftime. Never underestimate the finish here of the Dolphins. Jermaine Asako, legends. While he's not in his peak Dolphins form, you never can doubt him on that right edge, can you? He's just unbelievable the way he gets the job done. What a player. And he's got the most try assists for the Dolphins, actually second most. He's 1 behind Cody Nicarima, guys. He could change that this season probably, though. A good little step to have here through the middle. Finuaki with the ball now. Ford says Dolphins over Sharks naturally, but you're still cool for Noah Blake. Agreed, mate. Can we all agree that we don't count for Noah Blake as part of them? We count him as like a little extra while the rest of the Cronulla team plays. Like, we like Fanua Blake. When is the last time we had a low score or field goal, for example, 8-9? I'm not so familiar with that stat, legend. That would probably take a bit of research of time I don't have at the moment, but I'm curious too, actually. That'd be actually really interesting to know. I just looked at the screen and I went, who the heck's Raymond Stone? Ray Stone. I'm done. I was thinking his name was Ray his whole life. I'm like, who the heck is Raymond? that ain't Raymond. That's Ray Stone, the man that... Did Ray Stone pass away when he did the try and golden point for Storm? I don't remember. Maybe it was the Dogs. Does anybody remember that really terrible? I think it was Dogs and someone else or something. I don't fully remember. There was a really bad game a couple of years ago where nobody could score for most of it or something. Don't fully remember. But Cronulla Sharks knocked the ball on. The Dolphins thought that they were in trouble for a second. I think the ref thought that I think the commentators here thought they got a little touch on it, but the ref says it's fine. Around the minute. No, it wasn't Storm. Was it Storm Roosters Adelaide? Yeah, but there was a poor game. I'm not thinking of Storm Roosters where it was a poor game. I'm thinking of a different game. There was just so many errors. So many errors. Now through the middle here, let me ULA now. Go to Morgan Knowles. Go to Katoa. Finuaki passes back. And Cody Nicarima will knock the ball on here. Was described as the worst team in 93 years, failing to score 3 consecutive games. Yeah. 38-0 loss. Trying to think of it. There was a really bad one somewhere. I'll find it eventually. I'll find it for stats. But Cronulla showing great resilience here, defending their try line, and they'll feed in the scrum here after holding off the Dolphins once again, legends. Just 5 minutes until we're in halftime of this game here. Sam Chidiak in the set says, I'm not going to lie, Para is giving me a big feeling. Oh, mate, they always give me a big feeling, but good to see that they're giving you a big feeling too. I bet they're going to make the grand final. The grand final, yes, legend. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Breaking the drought this year, it's happening. It's happening, man. All right, now that we've beaten the Broncos, we may never lose again. We may never lose again now that we've beaten the Broncos, legends. And that's just simple facts, whether you want to admit it or not, legends. But they will pretty much lose. Slam your credit card on the table right now. I've got you, mate. Well, I don't really have my credit card on the table, but you know what I do have? I do have my platinum pass I'm going to use for all the home games this year, so let's do this. Is that close enough to a payment, legends? I mean, it costs a lot. Raiders fan all day. That Dolly's backline is next level. It is next level, isn't it? The Dolly's backline, mate. Bravo, Dolly's backline. It's only 10-4 at the moment. There's nothing for Fitzgibbon to have a problem with at this exact time, but he'll want a little more from his team. They went into this one as heavy favourites. Dolphins are actually playing well. They are playing well. Cronulla are just playing a really lackluster style at the moment that just seems to be trying to shut out the other team, but not providing any of their own spark to it here. Yeah, the card slap, baby. It's the card slap. Just pushing off through the middle here. The Dolphins continue on with it, legends. Don't forget, if you're enjoying, to hit that like button and subscribe as 6 more is given to the Dolphins. I heard 6 more, but apparently it's not going to be 6 more. I swear I heard the refs shout 6 more here. It's third tackle here for the Dolphins. Over to the right, now around. Finds it to the Kiwi there, and round it goes. Onto the ground now. Herbie Farnworth takes off through the middle as if he's the fullback for them. Such a handful for them, isn't he? Herbie Farnworth, legends. 24 metres gained here, and it's Plaff to Katoa here. And Isaiah Katoa will smash this one in the air. Over to the right here. It's a good kick. Ends up with Samuel Stonestreet. Now, oh, Morgan Knowles, baby. It's not a try like I wanted from him, but it is a great hit on Samuel Stonestreet. What on earth was Stonestreet meant to do there? And he's still feeling it after, guys. He's staying on... He's on his knees. He's barely getting up from it. What a hit by Knowles, legends. And that's what we call a slap. 2.5 minutes still on the clock here. There's still time for Sharks. Oregon Kafusi. Now to Talakai here. Talakai just stepping forward before halftime here. We go to Brayley. Nico Hines, it's up to the spine to set something up here. Trindle with way too long of a pass, and out of play it goes. No, the ref says it's fine. Samuel Stonestreet has somehow kept it in. How has he done that? As a Dogs fan, I still love watching you. I appreciate that, legend, especially for a Dogs fan. Not all Dogs fans love watching Para, but cheers. Can support whoever you want, man. Let's go. Announced from Stonestreet. Backs in here to Cobbo now. Dolphins have the ball. I'm pretty sure you would have figured that out, though, when I said Cobbo. So, and Cobbo, I'm not so certain if the Cobbo experiment has worked for Dolphins yet. It's still early days for it, but I haven't really seen Selwyn's best moments as of yet here. Though last time I said that, DCE went over for a try, so maybe it'll happen here. It's Herbie Farnworth to the hammer, and the hammer through the middle. Your multi's been completed, legend. He's done it. And where's the Dollies lover when you need him? The hammer has scored, and the Dolphins make it 14-4, and they'll have a good lead heading into halftime now with that one, legends. And it's Hamaso Tabuai-Fido with that one. Running in with it there. Pat yourself. Wow. It was Farnworth to hammer. And then instead of needing to pass it, he just had the speed to crash on over too easily there for the Cronulla Sharks. Against the Cronulla Sharks for the Dolphins. Hamaso, he goes from first to fifth gear out of nowhere. Are you watching the Parramatta Eels vs Dragons game tomorrow? Yes, I'll be at the game, Bradley Barter, though, so there'll be no stream to be had for tomorrow, legends. I'm going to be at it because I'm at every single home game every year. I haven't missed a home game since I moved here in 2022. As for away games too, there's only 2 away games I'm confirmed to be missing at the moment. But for the most part, we're going to be going to most away games too, legend. Yeah, absolutely, Paris still your enemy, but appreciate you being able to enjoy the channel anyways. He hasn't played great the last 2 games. He hasn't, has he, Jetty Kim? He hasn't. And it's me being a harsh critic saying it may have not worked here, but sometimes you've got to be harsh. Bradley says, I'm going to it too. Oh, awesome, mate. Enjoy the game, bro. Cheer on the Eels loud and proud, which I assume you're doing based on your profile picture, bro. Nice picture of Moses. That's a few years ago now that I see Guppo in the background, right? This season is unpredictable, says Rugby Fella. Super unpredictable, legend. I think it's really messing with our heads on who's going to win the comp, right? Hammer time, says Gerens, and he got exactly what he wanted in this one. Hammer time at Shark Park, baby. And that'll bring us to halftime, legends. And it's the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. It is 16-14 at halftime, legends. If the score wants to update on my screen here, and it will. 16-4 at halftime. The Dolphins running over the Sharkies. The Sharkies unable to find themselves in the position most expected. Absolutely ridiculous. Dolphins now. And by the way, I had a winger to score, but it wasn't a Sarko. It was bloody Selwyn Cobbo. Ridiculous stuff. Finns upset Sharks like they did in Magic Round 2023. I think it's very possible at this point at halftime, legend, in this one here. Halftime has been, at halftime, looking at the Dolphins, they've just been wet. They've sat the Sharks down. The Cronulla Sharkies went in with everything. It's all good. You censored it even, man. Tracy on Thursday was better. The match literature. Oh, yeah. Without Connor Tracy's defense, the Dogs probably lose that game. But that's one of the underrated things about Connor Tracy for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. One of the extremely underrated things about him. Connor Tracy is just one of those players, man, where he doesn't do what a Falogo does for the Storm. He's not that X Factor going to take control of the game and score 3 tries at it, even in a dominant victory. You know, that's not the kind of fullback Connor Tracy is. I'd compare him more to a Will Kennedy, maybe a better defender, right? He's a bit more in that kind of ballpark where he's just doing the simple stuff well, you know, and he helps out the doggies when it comes to their game plan outside of just the attack. He's not exactly what I'd call my number 1 pick for who you want as your fullback, but nah, legend. I won't ban you for 5 minutes. I won't ban you for 5 minutes, man. We're generally pretty polite here on the channel, assuming people aren't going, go F yourself, TJC, you effing suck, go jump in a blender, you I don't know, spaz, you know? Like, you have to be pretty bad. Like, if you get... I think how I put it is that because I even deal with Parabata, if you get banned or timed out for 10 minutes, you've said something really not great, you know? Wait, I can't say all that, says Jenny. No, mate. No, I know. It news to me too, but I'm just reading the rules listed on the TJC Sports list here. It's just how it is, man. We don't make the rules, we enforce them. I think running tomorrow, Eels play good in the rain. Yeah, I think we do it, mate. I think we do it tomorrow. I do think we beat the Dragons tomorrow. But, of course, there'll be people saying otherwise because they don't want to respect Para. And, you know, the boo, boo, boo. Oh, they're just the Eels. When was the last time they won a comp? But we live through that, don't we? We keep supporting that either way. And go the Eels, baby, right? Tomorrow, legends. I mean... You know, clearly, just like in Paris Post, TJC will be at the game live. Well, you won't be seeing me live unless you check the screen and I show up there. But TJC, just like on this Insta post, will be live at the game cheering on the Parramatta Eels. Ready for a big one here at CommBank Stadium. It's going to be so good to be back home, mate. For those of you who go to your home games for your team, doesn't it feel special when you're in that atmosphere of your place, your air? Whether you win or lose, that place will always feel special, I feel, especially when you've been going to it as much as I have. CommBank Stadium is never going to grow old for me. It'll always have a special place in my heart. We don't do this for money. We do this for passion and love of the game. The Blue and Gold Army for life, legends. Jennykins says, but they've got the amazing Kyle Flanagan, says Jenny Kid in the chat here, legends. Yes, mate, they do. They do. I know they have the amazing Kyle Flanagan, but you see, if we insult him too much, then we're praising him too much, you know? Like, I feel like he's so good, he doesn't need our words to show off how good he is, legend. I get what you're saying, but like, we have to be fair to the other players like Luke Brooks, you know, these incredible halves in our game. I mean, who needed Andrew Johns when you had Jake Arthur? Sorry, Jake, you're a great kid. I'm sorry, but that's, yeah. I remember when you spotted? Of course I do. Oh, absolutely, Kyle is terrible. That's the joke, buddy. That's the joke, Sam, with Luke Brooks. Well, not Luke Brooks, but, you know, when you responded to my comment when I couldn't make it to the stream. I do remember that, legend. I do. He's the GOAT. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. My bad thinking it was a joke. He is the GOAT. And it's undeniable. Kyle Flanagan is the greatest player of all time in rugby league. Why else would he keep his half spot, legends? All right. It's pretty clear, in my opinion. Kyle gosh darn Flanagan is your boy, your GOAT, your guy for the job here. He's simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone we've ever. Oh. That bull. Bro, he is, though. Kyle Flanagan is literally the greatest player of all time. I don't know what you're talking about. 32 votes on the poll at halftime here. 50% of you going with the Cronulla Sharkies to win this one. 38% going Dolphins. Nobody going with a draw. And 12% going with just here to enjoy the stream. Well, we're all welcome here in many different ages and different angles to enjoy. It's not that good if you see how he plays like the GOAT. He plays like the GOAT. Kyle Flanagan is the man. And, oh, God, the Dragons have extended Damien Cook to 2027 legends. I'm seeing fresh news on that. I don't think that's a good idea from the Dragons. I don't think that's a good idea. 34 years old, you know. Damien Cook legends, the former Bulldog. Yeah, we'll call him a Bulldog. And South Sydney Rabbitoh. Don't know how I feel about that one, them renewing him. He's going to be 35 this year by around the origin period, which means that he'll retire with them 36, assuming they don't do it proper. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's not smart from the Dragons at all. I mean, how's he going to provide the service that the incredible Kyle Flanagan needs, legends? That's okay. Just try to refrain from it in the future, legend, all right? Just try to refrain from it in the future. It's okay. St. George, Illawarra Dragons, what are they going to do? Damien Cook's not going to be able to serve it anymore. Not when he's 36. He's not DCE. Bradley says he can't kick properly. No. Kyle Flanagan for his origin debut. Calling it here now. Why the Blues haven't selected? They'd be winning straight up. Exactly. They select Kyle Flanagan, they win all the Origin series from here on in. In fact, I'd probably have to go. I give up as a Queensland fan. I give up. I'm gonna just sit in my corner and cry because I could never win. We could never win a series with the legendary Kyle Flanagan playing. Never. And we couldn't even convert him to win games for us, unfortunately. They really be missing him at the moment. They miss him horribly, legend. Horribly, bro. Absolutely horribly. The Blues, man. What the... I'm still in shock that the Bluesers haven't done it. They really be missing him. What? Be back in 1 second, legends. Be back in 1 second. Literally, like, just give me a moment. Okay. You legends have some explaining to do. Explain to me why that dropped to 7 viewers while I was here. I had to go grab a drink and have a quick puff because I'm still getting over I'm over my flu, but my body's still getting used to being fully at full strength doing all this stuff again, right? When I come back, there's 18 of you. You were staring at a chair. What does that say about me? You'd rather watch a chair than TJC? You Muppets! I've got a bone to pick with you legends now. You guys preferred watching the chair to TJC? What the heck, guys? I missed that chair. Well, the chair's gone now. You're stuck with me now, okay? That chair's gone. Never again. No. I've made a rule, Jedikin. I've made it on YouTube. You can't escape. You can't escape, legends. No. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm being messed with, man. There's no better compliment than being told that you've got the value of a chair. What's the Chair's YT channel? Oh, okay. It's CJC Sports, but Chair JC Sports. All right. The JC is just like my reason for JC, but instead of the T, it's got a C for chair, you know? So it's got 2 C's. It's the C. Instead of the TJC Sports Halftime Show, it's the CJC Halftime Show with your host, a bloody chair. The Dragons is so smash. I don't know, man. I think this chair's smash right now. I mean, are you kidding me? I'll sub to the chair. I want subs. Speaking of subs, legends, considering the sub button if you haven't yet on the channel here, guys. All right, let's see how many we can get to by the end of the 3rd stream, legends. Yep, I am Sam Chidiak. I am doing Tigers and the Rabbitohs. I know I said yesterday I'd likely only do 2. Because that's what most Super Saturdays are going to look like, legends. Most Super Saturdays will have only 2 streams. We'll do the occasional free streams when I feel up to it, but we won't promise free streams just purely on the basis of TJC can only do so much. We won't be doing free stream. We won't be doing Super Saturday next week because TJC is going to be at a game for Paris, so that's just not possible. But what I will do is what I will be doing is streaming the other games here. Oh, no, that's all good that you won't be there, legend. There's other people that'll be there, man, for the Rabbitohs and the Tigers. You don't have to be there. I mean, why would you want to be when you're here, when you literally got the peak entertainment with the chair? Like, I've got to test this, okay? I genuinely got to test this, legends, all right? Okay? I'm going to get up for literally a minute here, and I'm going to see. We're at 50. Let's see if this number goes up with me gone for like a minute, all right? Okay, I'll time it here, okay? Because genuinely, I am curious. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I know it was only 40 seconds, legends. I know it was only 40 seconds, but the second half starting, so we're going to have to cut it short. But that went up by 2. That went up 2 for a second. You got to be kidding me. I've got to give the chair I think I might have to give the channel the thing for the third stream, legends. Second half is underway here now. 1 beer for the chair. Make it happen, legends. Make it happen. The chair is the real streamer here. The chair is the only streamer here, legend. TJC, who even am I? Who even am I? I don't do anything, man. I'm just a extra in this chair's little game. Dolphins on the third tackle here over to the left, get over to the 30-meter line and lose the ball. Now, I guarantee you if that ball was lost, the chair would have done something better with the commentary. It's a very, very supportive chair. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's got some nice wood on it. Don't know if you noticed it was moving a little while you guys were looking at it. Settling it there, Ray Stone. I should change the profile picture to the chair I'm sitting on. It's not a very good chair. That's the thing. This chair makes me feel numb in my legs once I'm done with the streams, guys. This is a really hard wood chair. It's just the most comfortable I'm allowed to use in the house. Nice wood. It's very supportive. I'm back from making dinner. Welcome back from making dinner, rugby fella. Good to have you in the chat, bro. Jermaine Asako for the Dolphins. Rushes forward here in a good one for the first half. Smoko, break the chair. Break the chair. Break the chair. This is my chair. Don't leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. I'm not a big fan of it taking my channel, but I don't want to lose it. I'll be sitting on the floor for you guys. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. 1 second, legends. TJC's accidentally unplugged his headphones while trying to defend his honor. His chair was nearly lost to time there. Yeah, let's watch the game now, legends. Sam Chidiac, 4th tackle here for the Dolphins now. Over to the right, and it's Morgan Knowles running into the line here. If you enjoyed the stream or want to show support to the chair, make sure you hit that subscribe button, legends, here. You do your best to throw it in the rubbish bin. I'll defend it with my life because it's the only chair I've got. William Kennedy now collects the ball on the 10-meter line, and on the outside here, Samuel Stone Street, the only try scorer for the Sharks so far, crashes through the middle here, and they did step forward now. Cronulla through the legs there of the Cronulla attack. Over to the third. Finds Jesse Ramian here. Plenty of links of him out of the club. There was talks of Para. There was talks of Cowboys. In the end, he's ended up sticking around for now with Cronulla Sharks, but who knows how that could change in the future. I'm having pizza, says Rugby Fella. Rugby Fella's having pizza, legends. Can you believe it? It's a long kick over to the right here, and on the 20, the Dolphins get it. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow onto it now, and the hammer rushes forward here into the line. Cronulla with speed, get him down there. Now over to Jermaine Asako here, the Mistako there, gaining the meters now for the Dolphins. Efforts galore for them at the moment here. Honestly, not a huge fan of this stadium, legends, if I'm being honest with you. The Cronulla Sharks stadium, for me, while it screams history, it's also falling apart and really deeply in need of some renovations. Morgan Knowles here, up on the front foot. Here for the Dolphins to start the second half. The only player that I rated for England in the Ashes. All good. Glad that you're enjoying your pizza, rugby fella here. It's in the air. Farnworth tries to find a pass here. Cronulla collects. The referee stops it though, says mistake, and it will be Cronulla's possession. Nico Hines now plays the ball. It's small. If my dad sees a Paracard sticker, anything, he would wipe it with his butt, then flush it. Nikura over to Blake Brayley here down the right. Same with dogs for me, bro. Same with dogs for me. Brayley, we get to the 40. It's really 50-50 this game, even though the Dolphins, of course, deservingly have that lead 16-4. It was 50-50, really, when it came to Sharks and Dolphins' is back and forth play here. William Kennedy through the middle now, unable to do a hammer there. See, edit says, Eels have an easy win tomorrow, bro. Can only pray, man. I don't take any game too lightly, though. I'm going to be taking deep breaths into tomorrow. But I agree with you that we should win tomorrow, but we'll see. At CommBank, though. Come on, Parrot. It's at CommBank. That's all I got to say. It's at CommBank. We're coming off a win over the Broncos, who beat the Storm. Get it. Make it happen, right? Make it happen, Parrot, surely. We move to the left. Isn't it funny that we've let go of... I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we've dropped Jack DeBellin heading into that game, actually. Yeah, and that's a true thing, by the way. We've right. You won against the grand final winners, bro. I think you're fine. I think we're fine too. But I'm never going to go into a game saying it's confirmed before it's won. It's just silly to do. But I do think we should win. Absolutely. Dargans are still desperate for that first win, though. So I think it'll be a 1-12 result tomorrow. I think you guys could be in for a really funny vlog. Whether TJC wins or loses, he's going to be entertaining in it. I'll tell you that much. Who knows? Maybe I'll give the chair a cameo just because you guys love the chair so much, right? Maybe I'll give the chair a little cameo. Blake Brayley, and on fifth tackle, it's a set restart. That's the worst thing the Dolphins could have heard. Never liked Guffo, no offense. That's fine, legends. That's fine. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not Guffo's biggest fan, but it's not because of his playing. But I won't get into that, legends. Yeah, but I'm not the biggest Guffo fan. And I appreciate his years for Para, but Iongi was the right choice, is what I'll say. Iongi was the right choice for the time, unfortunately. And it's sad that it had to be that way, but it's true. Sione Katoa down the right wing here, almost crashing over, couldn't find it. On the fourth here. Look, we don't want to talk about it too much because we're focusing on Sharks Dolphins, but Para Dragons is going to be a good game tomorrow, I think. Eero gets over to the 10-meter line now here, 32 meters game now for them. Will Kennedy, Trindle, they kick low. Trindle kicks for himself, and Jermaine Asako, thank goodness for the Dolphins, was there. Lucky he didn't get in trouble with that online thing. Yeah, well, that fizzled out quick, didn't it? Yeah, it's the silly thing with young players nowadays, and I say it while they're mostly my age young players now, 20 years old, 19, right? That kind of age group. But don't film it. If you're doing stupid stuff, well, preferably don't do it. But don't film it in particular if you're doing it, all right? And Tommy rolled off. Wow! Wow! Crashes through the Dolphins line there and takes the tackle from Cody Nikorima on the 30. Back with Talakai now for the Sharks, and there's another here. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Walsh had a lot while he was young, but I got to give credit to him. He was he was like 17 or something, and he goes out, he says, I have a problem. He had a bit of a problem in his youth, and he knows it, and he dealt with it, or at least dealt with it enough that he's much happier at the Broncos. And here's Brayley to go in front of the post here. He finds the offload. It's ruled off, and the ref rules 6 again. They were inside the 10 meters, apparently. Multiple tackles here for Cronulla. Trindle to Nico Hydes. Nico Hydes wrapped up in front of the try line here. Still 31 minutes to go, legends. We're less than 10 minutes in. Vanua Blake through the middle. Another 6 again for Cronulla. And it's Trindle. Trindle's over. Trindle scored. Trindle scored for Cronulla, surely. I think that's a try. And the ref blows for it, legends. The Cronulla Sharks have won back on the board here. They're coming back. And they're coming back with speed. Tackle here. Tackle there. Here a tackle everywhere. And tackle, tackle, tackle. How many 6 agains did they need there? And the seats are roaring again at Shark Park. They're halfway to that equalizer, quite literally at 8-16, with the kick to come to make it just a converted try the difference. Wait, legends, wait. I'm not sure from this angle whether he scored. I think this left edge angle is going to show if Trindle scored. Held up. The bunker. Did it bounce? Did it bounce? Is that a try or not? Will they go up? Are they going to go up for this? Because that's... They've confirmed it. It's almost a bobble. I don't know if that's a try personally, Legends, but the ref calls it. It's going to be 16-10 in a moment here. Nicholas Hines to slot this one in here, and he's got it. He's got it 10-16. And in Game 2 Super Saturday, we're 11 minutes in here now, and the Cronulla Sharkies are right back in this affair. It was a good effort there to slide on over there. With real intent here, the Cronulla Sharkies, terrific work from them. Starting the second half in style here. They had to, after what the first half was. 6 points the difference now. I don't know about that one, Legends. I genuinely don't with Trindle. If for real, he's gotten so much better, that's for sure. Even with the fans, apparently, he was really rude at the Warriors defense, but he has gotten so much better. Exactly. Well, sometimes players just don't click with good. Like, even if a culture's good, if you don't click with it, you don't, you just don't. And clearly they didn't click. That's okay though, that's completely fine, Legends. It's okay not to fully click somewhere. It's okay to find a new home somewhere. Can't let the Sharks lose, MLAO, says Jenny Kid. You're right, they can't let the Sharks lose. That's why that happened. It's all I can think of for why they allowed it to be 10-16. Kafusi gets into this one now here. Remember, this is still only our second game. We have a third one coming up after this. The Rabbitohs and the Tigers. We'll be live for that game as well on the channel, Legends. That'll be our third and final game of the round, folks, because of the fact that we're vlogging tomorrow's game, Legends. And into the line, Selwyn Cobo crashes forward here. And up with it, Cobo goes down to the ground here. Cody Nicarima just cutting the ball over to Asako. And we've got, and now on the right here, just getting it out, Cobo over to Asako. Hammer background here, short again now. Set restart after set restart. We've just gained another subscriber, Legends. Appreciate you guys very much. Herbie Fardworth over to Felice Kafusi now. Felice Kafusi, and there he is again here. Just looking for the line again. Katoa with the high kick in the air over to the right here with Cronulla, and on the 10. He jumps in the air now. Stone Street crashing into the line. Stone Street takes the tackle again. And what a duo it is coming onto the field now, Legends. Teague Wilton and Adam Fanua-Blake. Can you believe it? But how did Walshy glow down? Look how good he looked at Waz and just came, man, with a mustache at the Broncos. Hey, I don't think he glowed down in that finals run, though, did he? That finals run was absolutely exceptional. But what I will also say is that, yeah, he's got room to improve with his 26 performances. Cronulla Sharks from the right side here, and it's an important tackle there from the Dolphins to hold him out. 38 metres gained here. Another kick. Dolphins get the ball now. Cronulla Sharkies, they're still chasing 6 points. You got to remember that. Selwyn Cobo goes into the line now. Not a bad effort there from young Cobo. Nicarima finds the service now. Cody Nicarima, a real journeyman. I think Cody Nicarima might be the definition of a journeyman, to be honest with you. Speaking of Brisbane players, right? People forget that. Played 86 games for the Broncos before going over to the Warriors from 2019 to 2022. And then on top of that, he then went to Buddies for just a year, where he in 2022, where Para made the grand final, where he played 15 games before moving on to Dolphins from here on in. Kafusi. Now on for Avarillo down the right here. Finifuaki. I love his name there. Finifuaki. He gets to the 30. And on 60 meters gained here, Dolphins hit it in the air. Hammer chased it, but he was pushed there, I think, and the referee's going to blow for the penalty. They'll have a look at it, an old-fashioned stop of the runner. I don't know if it's bid time, but they're taking a look at it. I'm predicting that Dolphins win 16-17. Honestly, with how this game is, wouldn't shock me. Oh, Brayley. He just hangs the back leg back. It's on report. It's not your deliberate tripping action, but he does stay in a position where Hammer is after moving, and it does make contact and makes the error. So I completely get the call there. Mate, it's moments like that remind me that it's Saturday, legends. Because Saturday doesn't always feel like Saturday used to anymore for me nowadays. Super Saturday, this is what I live for. They're taking the 2. Yeah, no, they're taking the 2. Well, because they want the 8-point lead, legend. They're taking the 8. They want that 8-point lead, baby. I like the 1-point prediction. Well, the 1-point prediction's still possible, but it's going to take the Cronulla Sharkies in very specific circumstances for it to happen. I love the 1-point prediction myself, but it's going to take a bit for that. The Dolphins, from the right here, just gives them that little lead there for 8 points. Opening up with tries. He's got booze galore on him, Jermaine Asako here, to take the kick. And it's going to scoop him. It's going to scoop right on in there. The referee blows his whistle, and there we have it. A goal, 18-10 now. Cronulla Sharkies got him. It'll take us right down to the last 24 minutes here. Wait, hang on a second. Who's directing the camera I'm watching, showing the people getting an ice cream cone? What the heck? Are you making me go, I want one now. Where's my ice cream? You're showing it on the screen. Clearly you think I can get one. I want mine now. I want my sprinkles. Give me my sprinkles. The Sharks need to score a try or take a 2-point field goal or a penalty goal after a try. Exactly. You need very specific circumstances for it to happen, but it's not impossible for a 1-point difference. Kafusi flies on through here. And stay tuned, legends. 7:25 stream. It'll be the Rabbitohs versus the Tigers in the final stream of the round for us, legends. The Rabbitohs coming off such a high form of hype, probably the most hyped up losing team ever after Alex Johnston broke the try scoring record, Ken Irvine's long-standing record, to make it a wonderful, wonderful, I think it was 213 tries for him, wasn't it? Or was that the equal and he scored 15? Either way, he scored a bit, 14. Either way, it was a huge thing for Johnston, massive for us all, and let's see if he can do it against the Tigers. Look forward to that final stream, legends, as the Cronulla Sharks hit the ball back and rush into the line here. So now with Stone Street, trying to find some yardage down the middle here. Stone Street with it. Stone Street takes the tackle and goes down on the 40 now. The Finn Derby right now that we're hyping up so much. The Finn Derby, the Finn Derby. Oh, we love the Finn Derby, the Finn Derby. Cronulla Sharks to the 30 now. Blake Brayley goes to Trindle. Back to Teague Wilton here. Teague Wilton around now. Strong tackle gets them down here. And William Kennedy is going to hit it in the air for Cronulla. There's plenty of chase on Asako there, but Stone Street was the only man for it. The ref calls held before they can get him over the goal line. And Stone Street says, "You lucky bugger," as he lets go of him here. And the referee blows for a penalty again here. And Sharkies might just be losing their cool a little as they will give it an opening in the door frame to do something. And instead of peeking into the light to see what's ahead and open the door, they've stayed in the shadows and gone, I don't want to even see what's out on the other side of that door. I'm scared. Or I guess another equivalent would be they've bashed down the door and the door's fallen on top of them. But that's a bit more grim, isn't it? Now on the 30. And they push over to the 40 here. Jake Avarillo, he was the first try scorer of the day. Now finds Isaiah Katoa with speed here. Over to Gilbert spinning around there. And they won't be missing him. Shout out to Sharks. Next Friday night, we'll be streaming that on the channel. They've got a trip to Canberra. That'll be one of our last streams of before Paraplay. And we go to Herbie Farnworth. I miss Prime Asako at the Bronx and his kicking, says CEO Edits. Prime Asako was another thing, wasn't he? I think a lot of people miss Prime Asako. 5th tackle now, 48 meters gained here. And the Dolphins, Katoa with a kick in the air, plenty of chases. And are they going to force him into a dropout there? No, because of the post. Just not high enough there. And he loves that kind of kick there, Katoa there for the Dolphins. Nearly got the job done there. The step was crazy. Limiting them from getting there, they get him back here. Bro, the step from Jermaine Asako was on another level, wasn't it? Bro, Asako, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, he was over for a try on your foreheads. Remember that one Bronx versus Roosters game where he scored the field goal? Of course I do, legend. Of course I do. Mel. Oh my God, Mel. Oh my. Can you comment and not make us all laugh? Oh, goodness me. Did I mention that ladder? I don't think you did. I don't think you did at all. And that ice cream, mate, that ice cream looks tasty, but it's nowhere near as nice as the sprinkles on the Warriors' top of the ladder finish right now, right? Nowhere near as nice. Well, actually, maybe it's an equivalent, right? The ice cream with sprinkles being the same kind of thing. Only difference is that instead of being cold, you're in hot form. And I mean, Tanner Boyd, he's never looked more attractive with the way he's playing. The milking from Gilbert. It's the hammer. Back over to Hamiso Tabuai Fido there. And Fido goes down. We've gained another subscriber, Legends. Thank you very much. 6 away from 5.48, Legends. Herbie Farnworth goes long here. It's batted back. That's a beautiful tackle from the Cronulla Sharkies. The Dolphins completely lose it. And Sharks over to the right now. Sharks. Look for the pass. Couldn't find it. On to the 40 now. Brayley finds Kennedy. Eero now. Eero now. Keeps pushing. Back around here, Colquhoun. Big ploy there from them as Sharks get over to the halfway now. Brayley looks for the pass to Nico Hynes. He dummies. Background, Sione Katoa to the wing here. He passes back. That's off of the legs of Nico Hynes, so it's fine, Legends. 5th tackle here, 50 meters gained. Blake Brayley, Trindle, kicks now, and that's a really high kick. They want the wings. They want the wings. Stone Street for the corner. He's a naturally born winger. He goes for it, and he's held up by the Dolphins. Just barely. Off to the bunker. It's a photo finish potentially here. And for Para fans wondering who Jack DeBellin's out for, by the way, Legends, it's Charlie Guymer coming into the bench, Legends, for tomorrow. Good old Guymer. Yep, so Stone Street's take is clear here. It's very clear. Has it been enough to repel the Cronulla boys? He's going very close. Oh, no, he couldn't get there. The knee of Amarillo underneath. He was never going to be able to get there, no matter how hard he tried. And the Dolphins are relieved. He had the momentum, but he couldn't get that last bit in it. Now over to the 10 here. Dolphins back with the ball now, Legends. Are you kidding me? Don't miss the next stream, Legend. It'll be live almost immediately after this one here. We move over to the left here. Felice Kafusi with it. Felice Kafusi crashes and dashes forward. And another ball for them here. It's Knowles with it. I said Knowles to do something in this game. Back inside now. Hazelton and Nico Hynes get him. Last play, Dolphins. Isaiah Katoa. Come on, Fitz Lockett. Get another try at least, says Jetty Kid. Get another try at least. Seal the victory truly for them. Samuel Stone Street. And goes board for Cronulla here. Play 130 out for the Rowan line. And it's round 1 against them. Sione Katoa goes forward here. It's back in against them. Sharks, Nico Hines. Over to Jesse Ramian here. And Jesse Ramian pushes forward with it. And they're crying out for another thing for Noah Blake here. Teague Wilton around now. Shout out to the chairwoman Beer. The chairwoman Beer, mate, will be back for the next stream as well, legends. So you can cheer him on then as well. Because he's probably going to come back when TGC gets up for something. All right? And you guys can chat with the chair. You can ask the chair questions, all right? Maybe the chair will answer you like I do. William Kennedy now. Back through to Eero here. Again, legends. All right. 5.47K at the moment. Let's see if we get that 5.48. Six subs away. Can we do that in 2 streams? If we can't, all good, but it'd be great to see. Now there's 2 tackles left in the set. Nico Hines to Hazelton. 1 more tackle left, legends. They're on the 10. They're on the 10, the Sharks. Nico Hines to Trindle. Trindle kicks and chases here, and the Dolphins have to hit it out of play there, legends. And that's the way Sussin has seen this one. He's seen it as it was a fair chase and Dolphins have made it a dropout. They definitely blocked off Trindle's chase, but he was never going to get there, so I don't really care much about that call. And trust me, if I care about a call, you'll hear it. 3, 2, 1. They had to take the dropout then or never. The lead was there. Farnworth touched it, but it ended up with Cronulla. Cronulla, Will Kennedy, back to Trindle. Trindle through the middle. Trindle barely stopped. Are you still backing us at this point against the Finns, TJC? Yes, but 1-12. 1-12. King Julian, 1-12. If you don't know who Knowles. Rugby fella asking who Knowles is. Telling me who Knowles is. Oh, no, I know who Knowles is, legend. I know who Morgan Knowles is. I gave him credit in the Ashes streams. I said, I did my research on him because I said, that dude right there, that lock, Morgan Knowles, is the only English player that impressed me outside of maybe Brimson for the English side in the Ashes. Genuinely, shout out to him. You know, I was really hyped when I heard he was coming to the NRL after I heard that. But yeah, no, he played under Wolf for the St. Helens. Rugby fella giving you the stats there for you, legends. But we're talking about Cronulla at the moment here. Cronulla Sharks spin to the right now. They're just behind the try line. It's 5th tackle. We've got 1 more play for Cronulla to make it 16-18 potentially. Nico Hines steps himself here over to the right. Nikora, Katoa kicks low. Is that a try? Oh, it was close. Tabby Waifido came across. Did it come off Tabby Waifido and out? The touch of the Sharks and the Dolphins, they're talking. They're talking right now about it, legends. They're not certain. That's great resilience to put his body on the line. Finns need to get out of their own half. Damn, they really do. They really do. They've been forced into their own half for a while now, haven't they? Sione Katoa looks dazed. Plays the ball down, Knowles. Over to the right here. Asako into the middle here. Asako goes down to the ground. It's the 2 sea creatures. Dolphins over the Sharks. That's a penalty. Jake Averillo got copped in the neck badly. And there you go. Penalty. By far a penalty. That is the easiest penalty they'll give all day, legends. Jake Averillo copped worse than Yinan. And there we go. On the 20. And it's Braden Trindle with the high shot there on him. Mate, Trindle, you know, the man that mum took the photo of Trell. Anybody remember that? Just me that remembers that controversy. And now an easy exit out of their half here. Past the 40. Lemuela pushes them by now. 12 minutes still to go in this second half, legends, and then we'll be off to doing the Rabbitohs and the Tigers stream. Look forward to that one on the channel. That's going to be absolute hype. Just 3 more tackles in the set, legends, as the Psychoplath takes the ball. Fins out of their own half is the wishes Jedikin had, and they've done it. Isaiah Katoa, just dummies now. A lot of people that were begging for Katoa to play for the Blues at one point, wasn't there? Yeah, it was Trindle's mum. At least that's the rumour. High kick in the air now, over to the right here. And it's Bardworth for the winner! He couldn't get there. He caught. He got pair of snaps there. Wait. Dolphins are challenging. They think there's a tackle on Herbie while he's in the air, legends. Let's wait a second. Psychoplath. Let's wait a sec, Psychoplath lovers. Just to get a clean run. Yeah. 100%. 100% that's a successful challenge, and it's a penalty for the Dolphins. What do you think they do here then? Do that I say go for the try, right? I mean, you're already 8 points up. It would truly seal it. Well and truly if they got it, right? This try here would be the definitive you're not doing anything, but instead they're going to go for 2, apparently, it seems. I guess play out the clock, right? Don't need any more tries in this game. I respect that enough. And at the very least, at least this will get the ball down the other end, right? 10 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock now, legends. It's a good game, Herbie. Herbie Farnworth having a much better game than he did last week. Even he knows that last week wasn't good enough from the Dolphins. It's Herbie Farnworth here, and it's a Sarko with 10 minutes on the clock to go here. From the middle. He's gotten 3 out of 4 today. 75%. To be more exact here, if you want to go into percentages and your mathematics here. Jermaine Asako looking to show the combinations. And as we enter the cusp of the final 10 minutes of our middle Super Saturday game, Asako slots it in. Dolphins with a kick and another few points on the board here, legends. And with 10 minutes to go, it is 20-10 now. 20-10. Back in the day, right, legends? TJC was 5 years old. The Parramatta Eels were coming off a grand final. The Storm, the Storm, there was still celebrations about them winning that cheated grand final, you know. And hey, Mel with the big $10 donation. That's our first dono in a little while here on the streams, actually. I didn't think about it, but it has been a bit. Hey, appreciate it, Mel, so much, you legend. Keep up the amazing work, and thanks for making me laugh every weekend. I do my best, legend, but I really should be thanking you for that. You make me laugh every weekend. All right, every time you jump into one of these streams, you got something to say, and it's almost always something where I could never have predicted it. Show some love for Mel in the chat, legends. Really appreciate the donation. Of course, I don't force you guys to donate, but when it does happen, because it doesn't happen all the time, it is genuinely appreciated. Thank you very much, Mel, for the $10 donation here. And now the Dolphins interference in the ruck there from the Cronulla Sharkies. And congratulations, of course, to the Waz for being on the top. They can challenge. Sharks just challenge. Yep, he's deaf. Blake Brayley being a little inexperienced at the moment somehow, hasn't he? Despite being one of the most consistent hookers in our game. That's definitely for me, Blake Brayley definitely interferes in it. Blake Brayley definitely puts his arm out. Wait, if it's red, that means Dolphins are challenging, actually. So was the call not initially against Blake Brayley? Because you big surely Brayley gets in trouble. Yeah. He goes to strike with his foot, no problem, and Brayley leaps into the ruck. Like, it's going to be the same outcome for the Dolphins, but... Or at least I think it'll be the same outcome for Dolphins in this game anyways. But are you kidding me? Try to stay at the... Let's try to stay at the top. Hopefully, Mel. Hopefully. Hey, Para and Waz first and second. Grand final match. How about that? Of course, it'll be heartbreaking to make you lose, but we'll survive. We'll survive. Penalty... Legends for the Dolphins. Correct. Yeah, not clearing the ruck. He didn't clear the ruck. Yeah, they had to. I was going to be in shock if they didn't call that. If you think we beat Fins 1-12, then what is your score prediction? I never have a score prediction, Legend. I think my predictions are who's going to win and how tight it's going to be. I don't think I don't know what to think of what the score could be, because you can never truly know exactly how many points a team's going to score in a game here. That part is just dumb luck. How many said? So is the predictions themselves, but sounds good and we wouldn't lose. You're right, Para wouldn't lose. I didn't realize you were a Eels. You know what? You got the GOAT Tanner Boyd. I'm happy with Tanner Boyd winning a comp. You know, we need the good ones to win one. It'd be the best looking premiership. Up there with the Mitchell Moses next to the premiership trophy. They make a number 10 here, the Dolphins. Just so many tackles left in the set. 2 left here. Hammer down the left here, nearly to the 10 now. Para versus Fins and Darwin. No, not Darwin. Anywhere but Darwin. Don't ever play another game in Darwin, Para. Selwyn Cobbo with the ball. Over to Farnworth. 5th tackle here. To Morgan Knowles. Morgan Knowles stopped. And if anyone deserved to try, it was Morgan Knowles, but he couldn't crash through there, Legends. What a great game that was. Not for Para. Do you remember that one game where Para destroyed the Dolphins? We had some of our not even common try scorers. So I think that was the last try for Andrew Davey in the NRL, for example. Love the Eels. Back round the left here. 2nd tackle becomes 3rd now. I'd love for Knowles to score too, but I don't think it's happening today, Legend, unfortunately. And that sucks, but I think that's the truth. Will Kennedy to Nico Hines. Back over to Jesse Ramian here. Jesse Ramian now. 6 minutes still on the clock to go, Legends, before this one's wrapped up. We expected more points in this game than 20-10, but, it's welcome the way it's ended up here. Now Brayley to Trindle, to Kennedy, over back round here. Amarillo, it's a terrible pass. And Jake Amarillo to score for the Dolphins. And that will seal it fully. The Dolphins have made it 24-10 now. And the Sharkies have nothing to say for it now. Just hold the phone on this one at the moment, but it's a try for now. Ibrahim says a Man United fan. I didn't know they existed. They do exist, Legend. One of the hardest things is when they have games and TJC has to watch their games and then barely get any sleep before doing these streams. They do exist. They're just in a lot of pain. I remember Andrew Davey. Yeah, good old Andrew Davey. Good guy. I wasn't expecting Fins to win, so I'm over the moon, says Jenny Kid. Of course, Legend. Why wouldn't you be? I think any Dolphins fan should be over the moon with this one. It's been brilliant. Up the Fins. Says Mel's. I'll give you one. I should not have done that. My throat's dead. My throat's just absolutely gotten destroyed with that, Legends. And that's bad because I've got another stream after this one. TJC destroying his throat to go. Cronulla, Sharks and Dolphins. Dolphins, their expectation this year, we all know what it is, and it's to play finals this year. I'm going Broncos. I'm going Broncos, he says. He says, she says. Go with the Broncos by 10 next week against them. Fair enough. By 10 next week, could easily see it happening, Legend. It won't be too long, the break between this game and the next one, Legend. So, You can pretty much jump over to that one. It's due to kick off around 10 minutes after this stream will end, Legends, maybe 15 roughly. I'd say roughly 15 minutes it'll be left on until the next one starts, guys. But we might go live a little bit before. We'll see, Legends. Overall, though, pretty fun stream with this one here. Will always be hit and miss. The read there of the ball. Jake Avarillo just crashed on forward there for them. Driven by their leaders, driven by their passion. And it's a great shot there on Lemu. The Dolphins came here. They needed the result. Very few people tipped them. And they made the most of it. I think Cronulla underestimated their opposition a little. Dolphins, back to Asako here. The fact that this wasn't an absolute smashing still to this day astonishes me. And we'll go over back here. Remember, one more game after this, Legends. You'll wait there.
Yeah.
All right, for 3 minutes and a half. Yeah. Because you don't want to be on camera, so.
Not really.
Yeah, so you just stand there, okay? I'll try and keep you off it. All right. And here's Cobo down the left edge. Selwyn Cobo for the Dolphins. And they won't need the supposed suggested 6 more because Cobo scores. The Dolphins make it 30-10. And what a point to make from Selwyn Cobo. He must have heard me like Cherry did when I said that he wasn't performing well enough for his new team. And look at the run from Nicarima. Gets the pass to Cobo. Cobo sprints away into the... Oh, that's close, mates. His legs. Is he in? Will disappointed in the Sharkies with this one here. Knew where he needed to get the ball, and Cobo just blissfully smashes forward here. He just doesn't get the elevation, Cobo. He's in. Confirmed. That was as tight as it gets, but try confirm. Selwyn Cobo was in, apparently. And it's 30-10 now. Dolphins high hopes, says Mainu. Shout tomato in the chats. And we're waiting on the kick to make it 32 here. But the Dolphins have essentially done to the Sharks what the Sharks were supposed to do to the Dolphins. Putting it away from Cronulla here. Finns 8 in 8 after this game. Dolphins have won the Battle of the Finns. They have. Fun fact, Titans haven't lost a finals game in 5 years and haven't lost a grand final ever. They also haven't lost to a team that made the top 4 last season. Insane fact, Legend. Insane fact. I guess the Titans are just one of the best teams in the comp now because of that, Ibrahim. I can't talk as a Para fan, can I? With the drought. 2.5 minutes on the clock still, Legends. Jermaine Asako from the sideline. Taps the ball and he needs the curb. He's got it. What a strike from Jermaine Asako here. But all the credit will be to Selwyn Cobo, who probably kept it the closest it could have possibly been to going out there. His legs almost simultaneously hitting the try line as they hit the side. Very frame by frame, but he'll take it. And stay tuned, Legends, as only about 10 minutes after this stream's over, it'll be the Rabbitohs and the Tigers on your screens for the final game of Super Saturday. Who will get the victory? Who will do it, Legends? You know the shocker that nobody's been talking about? The fact that every single away team so far this round has won. And we're nearly at the end of Super Saturday. Is the home advantage dead, Legends? Well, if you base it on this round, I think rugby league fans could argue that it is. On the second, over to the left now, Max Platter, or I guess Max Psycho Platter, according to one of you, right? Psychoplath, one of you calls him. Thomas Hazelton there was talked about for the Blues last year, gets the tackle. Moves to the right. Katoa. Hammer to Amarillo. He doesn't want the hat trick. He gets it to Asako. Asako with a little bit of footwork there. Fourth tackle. He's just going to have to surrender and take that there. But there are roughly 26 meters out now. 73 meters gained here. They're going to take the kick now. Katoa in the air over to the right edge. Hammer's got the speed. And the Sharks knock it on. The Dolphins. It's a terrible end to the game for the Cronulla Sharkies. And it's more chances for points on the board here for the Dolphins. The contested kick here this time. Yeah, last week a Queensland team hadn't won the game, legends. We enter the final minute here. The Dolphins will take their time with this one. They'll just look to pass it around. It is a great end from the Dolphins. Terrible end from the Cronulla Sharkies. Looks like they're trying to get Tabby Waifuno on the outside for something, potentially, looking at the screen. Dolphins. Katoa to the left through the middle. It's actually going to be the Dolphins. And of all the try scorers, I would not have expected him. It's number 11 for the Dolphins, Corneli Lemuelu. And the scoreline blows out right at the end here to make it 36-10. And could this game have finished better for the Dolphins? I don't think it could have. I think that they've been absolutely put to shame, the Cronulla Sharkies. Yeah, Finns won last week. They did, legend. But up until last week, maybe I think he means. And the kick in this game will probably wrap it up here. What an exceptional performance from the Dolphins at Shark Park to seal it. Or, you know, as they're trying to call it now, but it will always be Shark Park, Ocean Protect Stadium. The Dolphins making it feel like Suncorp Stadium at the moment, or Kayo Stadium. From in front, and it's safe to say that this is an improvement on the game versus the Titans, at least in the attacking sense. They've probably conceded about the same, a little less actually, but... And Jermaine Asako slots it in here, legends. Go big or go home is what they say. 38-10 now, and that'll wrap up this matchup between these two teams. If you enjoyed the stream, legends, consider hitting that like button. Subscribing to the channel if you're new. We'll be moving on to the final game of the round when it comes to streaming. The Tigers and the Rabbitohs at prime time. Hope to see some of you over there. Let's go, legends. Great game here. Not too long now.